What up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Now, here is my top 10 favorite movies of 2014. Because I've been, of course, talking about the, films of the decade. And so now it's the year of 2014's chart. And 2014 had some pretty, cool, had some pretty interesting films that got released in 2014. So, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite. With that being said, here's my 10 favorite movies of 2014. Alright. Coming in at number 10, it's a film called Man, Women, and Children, which is based on a book directed by Jason Reitman. A very awkward movie to watch, and talks about it's a film around the dangers of an obsession that social media and the internet have on people. Like you got for one, you got a great cast in this. You got people like Adam Sandler in a very different, dramatic role here. You got Jennifer Garner was in this. Caitlin Dever, Dean Norris, Judy Greer, J.K. Simmons was in this. What a really cool cast! And it has different like storylines that really connects around or with the internet and stuff and social media and all. Like you got Adam Sandler's character who named Don Trubate, who him and his teen son are very obsessed with the porn world, and there's that, and there's one storyline where Jennifer Garner's character disconnects her own daughter on here from the outside world. And we also got Ansel Elgort. He has an interesting storyline about him being in like this game chat room, talk about his mom and all. Uh, Timothy Chalamet is also in this movie too. It's really terrific. I mean, out of all the movies in this list, this is actually the only one that did get the best reviews. But I really got kicked out of Man, Women, and Children. I mean, Emma Thompson was actually the narrator in this movie. Crazy storylines. I mean, definitely a weird, odd role that I've ever seen Adam Sandler play. But hey, with this Uncut Gems right over me, Sandler really shows that he can have a different side of him, and this is definitely one of them. Like, if you guys haven't really seen Men, Women, and Children yet, it's a really good one. All right. Coming in at number 9, it is Foxcatcher. Now, Foxcatcher was directed by Capote director Bennett Miller, and stars the likes of Steve Carell, who plays John DuPont, who invites this Olympic wrestler named Mark Schultz, played by Channing Tatum, to move into his estate and help him form a wrestling team for the 1988 Olympics. And so Mark also ends up seeing a way to step out of the shadows of his charismatic brother named Dave, played by Mark Ruffalo. But DuPont ends up getting to lead Mark down a very dark road, and he ends up John DuPont ends up killing Dave. So yeah, Steve Carell actually scored an Oscar nomination for this, and I think there could have been an argument made that he should have won his award for this, but I mean, this sort of like with Adam Sandler, Steve Carell really shows that he could do more than just comedic stuff, and here he showed it. It is probably one of Steve Carell's most darkest roles I've ever seen out of him, and he was really unrecognizable, and he was terrific. And this was also the movie that made me really go and say, yeah, Channing Tatum, that dude has acting chops, because Channing Tatum was terrific in this. I mean, there is even an argument made that I think Tatum could have, I don't know, probably scored an Oscar nomination. Of course, Mark Ruffalo scored one, and that's pretty cool too, because he was great. This movie was really intense. Yeah, Foxcatcher is one messed up film. I mean, Crazy is based on a true story too. I mean, if you guys haven't seen Foxcatcher, definitely give that one a go. Alright, coming in at number 8, it is Nightcrawler. Now, this is a very different, probably one of Jake Gyllenhaal's best performances in years. And I'm still surprised Jake Gyllenhaal did not gain Oscar love for this movie because he was terrific here. I mean, here you got Jake Gyllenhaal who plays this guy named Louis Bloom, who survives by scandaling and petty death, and he ends up stumbling into a new career as a cameraman, and yeah, he becomes very creepy throughout. But he also ends up catching the eye of this Shop One news director, played by Rene Russo, who ends up welcoming him the chance to raise her station's rating. And Lewis ends up going to increasingly greater lengths to catch the money shot here. And Jake Gyllenhaal was magnificent. I mean, he really showed off his creepy chops. Rene Russo is great. And, this film has some really great direction. I mean, yeah, if you guys haven't really seen Nightcrawler by now, definitely give it a go. Alright, coming in at number 7, it is Gone Girl. Also known as the film. This film is really the reason why I don't want to get married. I'm for real. Like, Gone Girl is really a major reason why I would never get married. And yeah, Gone Girl, of course, it is based on a book starring Ben Affleck, Rosamund Pike, who ended up scoring an Oscar nomination for this, directed by David Fincher. You also had other pretty good cast, like you had Neil Patrick Harris, Tyler Perry was in this. Kind of a weird role for Tyler Perry, but it shows that Tyler Perry could do more than just dance around in the dress. Of course, you also had Carrie Coon with sorry. You had Carrie Coon was in this. Emily Ratajkowski, Missy Pyle, Casey Wilson was in this. Kim Dickens. I mean, some really cool cast. I mean, it of course stars Ben Affleck, who plays this New York-based writer Nick Dunn, who wife named Amy Dunn ends up going missing, and she ends up going missing on the couple's fifth wedding anniversary. So Nick ends up becoming the prime suspect in her disappearance, and so they gotta try to find a way to find where Amy has went and if she's dead or not. And holy cow! I mean, what? I don't know if I should really spoil it because I still don't know how many people still haven't seen Gone Girl. But if the ending is really a twist, I thought the ending was a weird twist, a very weird ending. But Rosamund Pike really played the creepiness so darn well. Ben Affleck was great. Movie, there was lots of twists and turns around. Really terrific film. If you guys haven't seen Gone Girl, definitely go check that one out. Alright. Coming in at number 6, it's my favorite anime movie of that year, and that is the Lego Movie. I'm still wrapping my head on how on earth did this film not win or even got nominated for Best Animated Feature. It's still beyond me, but the original Lego Movie is awesome. I mean, the sequel was pretty good too, but the original really is amazing. I mean, the Lego Movie is a prime example of just because a film sounds dumb doesn't mean the film, the last version project, Touch might actually, will be terrible. I mean, this movie was a real surprise because I thought when they announced it Lego Movie, I thought really a movie about these building blocks. You're really gonna make a movie about that? But man, Lego Movie was awesome. You had Chris Pratt as Emmett. You had Elizabeth Banks voicing Wildstyle. You had Will Ferrell as the villain, as a professor of business. You also had some other great voice casts, like you had Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, Liam Neeson, Alison Brie, Morgan Freeman, Billy D. Williams. I mean, what a really cool cast! Some really cool cameos from other characters from Star Wars, DC. Yeah, the Lego Movie, hands down, was just so darn awesome. And After that, we also had other Lego movies since then. Like we had Lego Batman, we had Lego Ninjago, which I say is probably the worst out of the Lego movies, but it's still pretty decent. And of course, recently we just had the Lego 2, the second part. Hopefully, we'll get more Lego movies in the future, but the recent Lego films haven't done big business. So,
Dude, this is the Muay Thai guy.
anyway, yeah, definitely go check out Lego if you guys ever seen it. Anyway, coming in at number 5, it's maybe my favorite comedy of that year, and that is Neighbors. Now, Neighbors is hilarious. You know, it stars Seth Rogen, Zac Efron, and it stars Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, who plays this couple who just moved into the suburbs with their infant daughter, and they're trying to try to fit in and all. But it turns out that next door to them is a fraternity, and so they don't want you to seem cool, so they try to have do their best to get along with the frat president Teddy, played by Zac Efron, and but when they end up accidentally calling the cops, things get very hayward really quick, and they become fast enemies here. And Neighbors is downright hilarious. Directed by Nicholas Stoller, who gave us For Gangs and Marsha and loads of other films. Neighbors 2 was also pretty good also. I really like that Neighbors 2. But the first Neighbors, it's hilarious. You had Dave Franco in it. You had Hannibal Barris, Jason Mantzoukas, Randa Park, Craig Roberts, Lisa Kudrow, Ike Barinholtz stole loads of scenes. You had McLovin himself. Christmas Plus was in this. The dynamic chemistry between Seth Rogen and Zac Efron was really hilarious to watch. I mean, the back and forth between the two really nailed it. Yeah, Neighbors, it's a really raunchy and hilarious comedy. I mean, if you guys never seen Neighbors by now, give it a go. Neighbors is awesome. All right. Coming in at number 4, it is Whiplash. Now, Whiplash stars Miles Teller, who plays this young jazz drummer named Nyman, who ends up taking a like a jazz drummer class, and his teacher, Terrence Fletcher, played by J.K. Simmons, is his instructor, and he's a very terrifying guy, and he's also very hard on the poor dude. I mean, J.K. Simmons, of course, ended up winning his Oscar for playing Terrence Fletcher, and a well-deserved win. I mean, it is J.K. Simmons' best performance ever. Like, this guy's been around for what, like years, but man, J.K. Simmons really shined as Terrence Fletcher, and his back and forth with Miles Teller is terrific. You also have Melissa Benoist was also in this. David Chazelle directed this movie. It is really intense. Great score, really fantastic script. Definitely go check out Whiplash if you guys never seen it. It's really remarkable. And whoever knew playing drums could be stressful. I mean, seriously. Alright. Coming in at number 3, it is the Oscar-winning film Birdman. Now, this stars Michael Keaton as this former cinema superhero named Regan Thompson, who is this who ends up mounting a ambitious Broadway production that he ends up hoping will breathe new life into his career, and he's trying to have a major comeback, and so he ends up being forced to hire this actor played by Edward Norton, who is guaranteed to shake things up and all, and Regan also must deal with his girlfriend, his daughter, his ex-wife, and loads of other folks. This, and of course the Times Square scene with Michael Keaton just running around Times Square in his Taiwanese. Yeah, you guys remember that one. Of course, Michael Keaton's interaction with Birdman's pretty cool. Not to mention Michael Keaton ended up getting an Oscar nomination, which, all due respect to A. Remade, I still think Michael Keaton should have won his award, but I mean, other performances in this, you had Naomi Watts, Emma Stone was in this. You also had you had Andre Riseborough, Amy Ryan, Zach Galifianakis. I mean, the list goes on and on. It was a really magnificent cast. Great performances all around. This was really the movie that really, I guess you could say, really had Michael Keaton have a bit of a comeback because of Birdman. I mean, yeah, Birdman is really, it's a really. Sorry about that. Anyway, Birdman is a really dark comedy. It has some dark humor in it. Really great film. If you guys haven't seen Birdman, go check that one out. Alright. Coming in at number 2, it is Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy, I thought it sounded a bit of a dumb premise. I mean, a movie about a talking raccoon, I mean, it's a movie about a talking raccoon, a talking tree. That sounds really dumb. But Guardians of the Galaxy worked out perfectly. You had Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. You had probably one of the best soundtracks of that year. You also had Zoe Saldana as Gamora, Dave Bautista as Drax the Destroyer. Bradley Cooper was the voice of Groot. You had Vin Diesel was the voice of. Bradley Cooper was the voice of Rocket, while Vin Diesel was the voice of Groot. Great villain in Ronan the Accuser. I mean, he even had a cool Howard the Duck cameo. There's that too. You had Benicio del Toro. Great special effects. I mean, who doesn't love Guardians of the Galaxy? It is really fun, entertaining. If you guys haven't seen Guardians by now, you're missing out. Guardians of the Galaxy is plain out awesome. And part 2 is pretty good as well. Alright. Now, my number 1 favorite movie of 2014, it is Boyhood. Lots of people probably say Birdman's our favorite. A lot of people probably say Whiplash or Nightcrawler or etc. But my favorite movie is Boyhood. I mean, this is literally a film that no one has never really thought of. And I mean, this film was shot over the course of literally 12 years. Like, this was a 12-year movie to make, and you get to really see this this kid, go from childhood to high school years to adulthood, and what Richard Linklater was able to do with this movie, I never really saw any other directors do what Richard Linklater was able to do with this film. And of course, the kid Ella Coltrane, it's a shame that he hasn't really had much of a breakout since then. Ella Coltrane was great. You also had Ethan Hawke. I thought Ethan Hawke was terrific. He ended up scoring an Oscar nomination. Patricia Arquette ended up winning her nomination. Still a little surprised Birdman won over Boyhood, but doesn't matter. I mean, both movies were so great. That aside, Boyhood is really remarkable. If you guys never really seen Boyhood, give it a go. I mean, it's one of the best coming of age movies in of this decade. Definitely go check out Boyhood. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, Men, Women, and Children. 9, Foxcatcher. 8, Nightcrawler. 7, Gone Girl. 6, The Lego Movie. 5, Neighbors. 4, Whiplash. 3, Birdman. 2, Guardians of the Galaxy. And 1 is Boyhood. Now, there's loads of other movies that got released in 2014. Let's see. Interstellar was great. Edge of Tomorrow. Grand Budapest Hotel. Captain America Winter Soldier was pretty good. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. The Imitation Game. Godzilla. American Sniper. Big Hero 6. How to Train Your Dragon 2. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. 22 Jump Street. There was Fury. Unbroken, Maleficent, 300, Rise of an Empire, Definitely not Transcendence. Definitely not Monuments Man. Into the Woods. Annie. Non-Stop. Inherent Vice. Lucy. Uh, Ninja Turtles got released that year. The Fault in Our Stars. Mr. Turner. The Guest. Knock Knock. Ride Along. Mr. Peabody and Sherman. I mean, yeah, the list goes on and on. 2014 was really solid. But let me leave you guys. What were some of your favorite movies that got released in 2014? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Timu signing off.